Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
What is going on, entertainment? So today I'm coming to you guys with another recap. You guys wanted it, so I'm doing Blueface and Chrisean's Crazy in Love, episode 1, season 1. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the after show. I either plan on doing it this week or starting again next week with episodes 1 and 2. Okay, of course that'll be taking place of the Baddies after show since Baddies is no longer airing. Okay, before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, let me know what you guys think about this episode recap. So it starts off with some disclaimers, right? And I'm thinking it's going to be a DV explainer, exclaimer, or anything like that. Disclaimer, no. So one of it says, some have called their relationship toxic, while others have defended their coupledom. Is that a word? An excuse some of their seemingly more and wild provocative moments. Whatever your opinion, this is their story, shown real and raw. This is not a traditional love story, if it is even a love story at all. What this is, though, is an open book look at two talented individuals in search of each other in front of the world. This is their journey, flaws and all. That's how much I love you. I'm addicted in the morning. That's how much I love you. Okay, on some Beyonce stuff. They thought this was Beyonce, right? Okay, so it starts off with them on the sprinter, and they're playing a game called Never Have I Ever. So they're playing Never Have I Ever, and he's like, oh, have you like ever cheated on your spouse? Have you ever done this or whatever? And then this is the thing with Blue. He's extremely, and I know Chrisean has her issues too, but I've dealt with people like Blue. Niggas like Blue. So it's like I see it, and it's kind of weird watching it because you're like, wow, like it's like you've heard it before. So he goes, oh, have you ever cheated on anyone, like in general? And then he says, yes, of course. He puts his finger down, and then she was like, well, I don't know, like I don't know if I ever did that, Blue, like. And then he was like, didn't you like talk to your ex? Like, didn't you kind of sleep with your ex? He was just like, yeah. And he was like, well, that's intimacy. That's what that is. And then he was like, have you ever been to jail or something to that sort, right? So she was like, yeah, I have. She was like, she went to jail, had a ball spot, messing around with him, right? And then he was like, oh no, you never went to jail for me. You're an effing criminal. This is what I'm talking about. You talking about she a criminal, but before she met him, she never, I don't even think, got into legal trouble like that. The girl was like a nerd. She was like a college student, running track, being on that amazing, the tag show, the Wario tag show. It's not like the girl was out here, you feel me, thugging it. But the moment she met you, that's when she started thugging it, girl. That's when she started getting the tattoos and all that type of stuff. I doubt she even had a tattoo, a lick of a tattoo before she even met you. So that's what I don't like when it comes to Blue. And don't get me wrong, Chrisean's a lot to blame, but he does do a lot of the manipulation thing. The whole car situation, of course, that was all her because nobody told her to steal his car. So she needs to take accountability for that. But a lot of the situations she got herself into was because she was crazy in love with him. So the fact that he's acting as if he had kind of like nothing to do with it is like blowing me, to be honest, right? So they foreshadow him fighting the dad. So he was like, never have I ever. She was just like, never have I ever been like slept with beat up my dude's peoples or whatever. And then he was just like, oh, so like if you know your dad come out of line and I sock him, you gonna back me up or something? She was like, well, I never been in that situation, bro. Like, no lie, bro. He starts laughing. I'm like, this is the craziest foreshadowing ever, because it's like maybe Lemmy Pepper heard her say that. He was just like, I want to see that happen. I'm gonna give Chrisean's dad a call. I'm gonna make it happen because like that'll be good TV. Because that to me was so ironic. And then she said she doesn't know what she would do if she were in a situation if Blue ended up, her dad. Which I'm just like, at the end of the day, that's still your dad, but she calls him daddy. So anybody like and I don't want to get psychological with it, but I feel like anybody who has like a boyfriend or whatever and calls them daddy, you have some sort of dad issues. Heavenly, married to medicine, same thing with her. She be daddy. Daddy. Like, to me, I always side eye people who do that because it's like, why are you calling your boyfriend daddy? That's weird to me. That shows that it's some issue with your father. So I wasn't too surprised what she was saying, saying that she would end up fighting her dad with Blue because she and the dad don't have the best relationship. If you guys don't know, there was a lot revealed behind the scenes that Rock's dad apparently sort of the mom and the sister allegedly SA'd the sister, one of the sisters. So she doesn't have the best relationship with the dad. And I think that's kind of why she clings so closely to Blue, because Blue is that father figure in her head, as sick as it sounds, in her head to her. And that's what kind of replaced her dad in real life, because she's seen the dad sort of like the mom and seen all that going on. She even claimed at one point that the dad allegedly tied the mom up and would tie her up in the woods, that type of vibe. So yeah. Then they meet with the stylist for New York Fashion Week. Mind you, the other day, y'all, I was just throw this in there. I did an Art Basel show. That was one of the worst experiences ever. I'm talking about, like, I wanted to go home. The design was so unorganized. It was so like put together. I was like, oh my God, this get me out of here, God, leave me out of here. I just did not want to do it. Like, so like the stylist came, the designer for the New York Fashion Week. He was just like, like a lot of the people they talk to me about you and Chrisean Malone, but they love you, Blue, but they talk about you all the time, Chrisean. Okay, they love you. Okay, basically making it seem like his workers and people that he knows, like, they big her up. That's why he wants them on the show, right? And mind you, the whole time he's saying this, Blue's like, yeah, bigger up, get her head big. I really feel like low-key, Blue's a little bit jealous of Rock's success, because think about it. Without her, he would be like irrelevant, extremely irrelevant. If he doesn't have some sort of drama going on, he would be extremely irrelevant. Okay? So then the stylist asked them to I guess do like a fake marriage. Like she was just like, why don't we get married, please? Why don't we get married, babe? So I guess the stylist does like a fake preacher ceremony, marries them together and stuff like that. And then the whole time during this episode, Rock kept saying, stop playing with my D, stop playing with my D. Girl, they're gonna start thinking things. Okay, so stop playing with my D, stop playing with my D, stop playing with my D. Because it's like you don't got a D to play with. So don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Stop saying that, stop saying that. Like, we gonna have to stop doing that. Like, use another term. Stop playing on my top. That sounds better. But your D, they're gonna think you're a T girl. So don't do that. Okay, so Chrisean, they do the fake marriage. And then they get to the rehearsal. So the rehearsals where they practice their walk and stuff like that. Blueface was being extremely playful. And you know what I think when it comes to Blueface? I think he's camera shy, like extremely camera shy. And I know you guys are probably like, no, he isn't, because he does Blue Girls Club. But yeah, that show isn't mainly focused on him. With this show, it's particularly focused just on him and her. And I think he isn't really used to that. Of course, you do interviews, you're in and out. But when you have cameras following you around like a good amount of your day, it's sort of like, not triggering, but it's sort of like weird to you, especially if he's not super used to that. And I feel like that's what it was. He felt awkward on camera, and he didn't want to look like a simp on camera. I do think she was being a little bit over dramatic though, because I think he was just super camera shy. But she felt like he was disrespecting her. Okay, so she's like, stop playing with my D. I understand if I was like, because she wanted to do the practice walk together. He was just saying, do it like on your own and stuff. So he does the practice walk, and he's like, what's that, little baby? Yeah, all right. What's that, little baby? Yeah, all right. Right? That type stuff. So then she was just like, come on, Brad. You trying to flirt with another girl. Mind you, it's no girl there, Chrisean. It's imaginary. But y'all got to understand, he's an arc. So he probably does that type of stuff just to kind of poke at her just to see how much she cares about him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he purposely did that. But he was being playful, I guess. And he's like, come on, bro. Like, you playing with my top, you playing with my D. Like, I don't have good P and I'm not rich. Like, I understand if I had bad P and I was a broke girl, but I'm not, bro. Like, stop playing with my D. Stop playing with my D. She starts like getting really mad, and then she was just like, I want you, bro. I want you. This is where you really saw that this girl is really extremely deep into being in love with him and into being in a relationship with him, because she said that with all of her emotions in mind, being like, hey, I don't care about all the cameras. I don't care about the TV show. I want you. So that, and right there, I was just like, and she meant that. She said that with all her might. The girl's not tired, okay? I'm not tired yet. Oh, no, no. You know the gospel song? The girl not tired yet, okay? So then when she starts like freaking out and she starts to cry just a little bit, she was just like, can y'all turn the cameras down, bro? Turn the cameras down, bro. And then he goes, oh, she's selfish. He says she's selfish. I wrote it down. Selfish, self-centered, and dirty. If somebody says something like that to you, walk away quickly. Like I said, I dealt with niggas like, whoa. Like, walk away quick and fast in a hurry. Run if you have to, because I'm telling you, it's not going to end good. That means deep down, they don't really like you like that. They're either using you, doing it for show, or they have an underlying agenda. And to me, Blue's underlying agenda is to use Rock to be able to make the most money possible. Because at the end of the day, without Rock, his finances will not look the same. Without Rock, he wouldn't have been able to get into contact with Zeus. Without Rock, he wouldn't have been able to use his music on this show. Without Rock, he wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the things that he has done now. Because guess what? When's the last biggest Blueface hit that you've heard? You get what I'm saying? Where he's not the feature of. I'm talking about his own song. I listen to his music because I think his music's not bad. And I'm not no Blueface hater. I do listen to his music. Like, a lot of his songs I listen to, okay? But y'all gotta understand, she did like boost him, put him out in the media a lot more. So they go out and do a radio interview and where she performs. And Rod needs to take her music a lot more serious because her performance was like, you gotta understand, this is going to be televised on national, not television, but national network streaming services. So you need to take it a little more serious. So she's just like, like, she's not taking it serious. And it's like, girl, like, this is your time to shine. This is your time to do you a big one, sir. And it's like, she wasn't doing her a big one. She was doing her a little one. So I was just kind of disappointed in that. It's a little like she barely knew the words, to be honest, and she just wasn't giving it her all. My whole thing is, with them, the part that bothers me with them too, I feel like they're making a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but whoever's managing them, they're doing, in my opinion, a horrible job, because you guys need to be capitalizing off of this toxicity. If you guys are already toxic to even begin with, but if it's not making a lot of money, it's not making any sense. Why even be together? Why even do all this for the socials? Half of the times you guys go live, it's free. You guys should be charging subscriptions to be able to go live. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, Instagram has that feature now. For you to be able to go live and see certain posts, Rock needs to start charging subscription fees. Why are you doing it for free? You're pimping yourself out. Why do you guys not have a joint album already done and already in the can? Why don't you guys already have a clothing line already done and ready to be sold? It's like you're pimping out your talents. This is what I'm talking about. You need to be able to to capitalize off the toxicity. It's already bad that you guys are toxic, but at least make a lot of money from it. That's what really bothers me about Rock and Blue. Okay, so they do Angela Yee's Lipstick Service podcast. And y'all already just see my recap on it. If y'all haven't, check it out. Like I said, Angela Yee was scared boots, okay? Because I think one bad word she would have said, I think she thinks Rock was going to be like, what's up, bro? So the girl knew to kind of, keep it cute and keep it on mute because she was very, very quiet, okay? So they get to the runway show and we see Scotty active. Miss Scotty being active. And then we see Natalie Big Chin. Okay, so she's walking and stuff. We see both of them walking. And then we see Mano and Jim Jones blurred out. Mind you, we could tell it's Jim Jones because we could see the napkin, we could see the braids, what is it called? The extra hair from the braids sticking out. So we know that's Jim Jones because he's the only one that got there with the braids with the hair sticking out. So we know that's Jim Jones. Okay. So then we see Blue and Rock go to meet Rock's family, right? I guess they're going to see the sisters perform. One of the sisters, you guys know, she looks just like Chrisean. Like, I think out of all the sisters, she looks the most like Chrisean. She was going to perform, and the family starts calling her. And I guess because they were running late to the show, because I guess they're waiting for her, for all of them to pull up to the show. Like, they were all waiting for them to pull up to the show. So they were like, I guess, running a little late. So she's calling them stuff like, she was just like, Brad, put a car over because I gotta make a personal call, Brad. And she's like, yeah, what's up? No, we was coming over there. Like, nobody pulls up deep to her show, bro. Like, what is she talking about, bro? Like, no. So she starts like crying and stuff like that on the phone. Blue comes out of there. I really feel like Blue didn't even come out of there because he wanted to. I feel like one of the producers was like, hey, it's called like a producer's, like a note or something like that. Like, they producer's cue. So they probably like, hey, like, hop off the bus, check on her. So then she was just like, yeah, like they expected us to come deep, and I guess they not waiting for us, bro. And then she was like, yeah. So she just starts bawling in his arms and stuff like that. And then we see them come the next day. Mind you, Blue's consoling her. He's like, oh, maybe, we come the next day. Like, it's cool. All right. Like, it's okay. Don't be sad. Don't cry. It's cool. So she's like crying in his arms. Like I said, Rock has like a lot of emotional issues. So they get to where next day they're going to meet the family. So Blue and Rock are just going to meet the family. So they're on the way there, and I guess they weren't being patient enough and they couldn't wait because they made it seem as if Rock should have been with them and Blue should have met them up on his own. Because they feel as if, hey, like, you're our family. Why are you linking with him to meet with us? Like, you need to be with us, and he needs to come and meet with y'all. Like, meet with us as a family type stuff. That's what I was getting from this whole scene. So she's just crying, bawling. She's like, what are you talking about, bro? Do you hear me? What are you talking about, bro? Do you hear me, bro? Like, no. Do you hear me, though? So she was like, I don't give up. You weirdest. Because at one point, when she got off the bus, one of the sisters came, Tess. The sister immediately hugs her, and she just starts bawling. This is where I didn't get emotional, but I felt like really bad for Chrisean. She just starts bawling in the sister's arm, and the sister just starts giving her a good old heavenly prayer, girl. Just starts giving her a good old heavenly prayer and everything like that. And the sister ends up getting on the bus. She was not feeling her Blue, okay? She was not feeling her Blue at all because Blue was like, oh, you the one, that teach her how to cook? And then she was like, I'm Tess, bro. Yeah, I'm Tess. Tess. I'm Tess, bro. Yeah. So she sit down. She's like on her phone. She got her shades on. She was not feeling Blue. I get how the sister feels because at the end of the day, if you have a dude, don't get me wrong, like I said, it's a lot of it has to do with Chrisean. But if you see your sister go down a bad path and starts dealing with a dude that's making her do certain things that she didn't do before she met him, you gonna feel some type of way about the dude. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, yay. So of course, the mama felt some type of way about the whole scene. Felt like since she, was a godly woman, that she should have had the same godly attitude coming into the bus with Bleed. Okay, so take a look at what the mama had to say, y'all. See, I'm giving y'all a review and tea. Okay, y'all better hit that like button, right?
I was watching it with an open heart and an open mind. And then I seen somebody start praying, and I was like, oh, okay. I seen the praying, and I was like, okay, she praying. I'm with it. I hear Jesus Christ. Then the same lady who jumped on the bus with none of the Spirit of God on her. that part messed me up real quick, and I just had to say it before I forget. Like, how you pray and then jump on the bus with no love in your heart. I thought when you pray first, that's supposed to like break down the wall. And then I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, when you pray, you just gotta that prayer was supposed to get on the bus with you, and that's how you were supposed to greet somebody. So I'm not with the prayer. It seemed like it was a bit for TV. It didn't move nobody.
So you teach your daughter to put her hands on that?
So what y'all think about Damama and what she had to say? I don't think that the prayer was for TV. I'll say that. It did sound authentic and genuine to me, just from what I've seen. But I do feel like Chrisean's family has a little bit of jealousy, especially some of the sisters towards her. I feel like they feel as if she's changing for Hollywood and that she's not remembering where she came from. So that's why I feel like it's a little bit of jealousy, like I said, especially from the sisters when it comes to Chrisean. I think it's a little bit of that when it comes to her. Okay, so she starts crying, she starts going off. Next thing you know, the sister ends up leaving the bus, right? Which I don't think the sister should have did that, because that's already trying to show that it's tension towards Chrisean. I get you're mad at Blue, but don't be mad. Well, you should be mad at Rock because the way she acts too. So yeah, I'll take that back. She should be mad at them both, but I don't think she should have left the bus, because that you already see Rock is already in an emotional state, mentally effed up. So I think that put her more in like, oh my God, like she just left. Like, why are they mad at me? So she just starts freaking out, starts yelling. She's like, I don't give up. And mind you, Rock needs to stop yelling and doing all that stuff, because girl, you want to make you catch an aneurysm, girl. Okay, getting that mad. I remember one time I was so mad, right? This was when I was a GM at Domino's. I found this dude that was stealing from me, and I found it on camera. Like my cameras, I seen it on my cameras. When I tell you, I was so mad. And at the time, I was dealing with a dude just like Blue, right? I ain't gonna care. I was tell y'all. So I was so mad, and I was screaming. I was like, I was like, mad. I was like, so it reminded me that I was like, I don't give up. And he was standing there, right? The dude like Blue, he was just like, relax, like you doing too much. And that made me even more mad. I was like, oh my God. So like I get how Rock was feeling in that moment. Like when you mad, like, when I get mad, I get real mad. So she ends up getting in the car and like pulls off. Skirt. I don't know why they let her in that van. She zooms on, which it looked like she was about to crash into one of the buildings. Thank God she didn't crash. She ends up pulling back, ends up getting Blue, pulls off again, zoom, right? Which I'm like, at this point, Zeus, y'all really shouldn't have let her do that, because had she crashed into somebody, y'all would have been liable, because I doubt that's her van. So that wasn't smart. And the episode kind of cuts off there. I will say the show, I do like the way that they're doing it. It is a little bit documentary style. So I like the fact that they're not making it so exploitive. It's a little bit more vlog style. That's what it's looking like, in my opinion. We haven't seen any confessionals yet, which I'm guessing they're probably going to show those later on in the season when it gets a little bit lighter. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. What do you guys think about Rock's breakdown towards the end? What do you guys think about Blue calling her selfish, self-centered, and dirty? Okay? All right, entertainers, leave your comments down below. We are out, babies.
No personal thing.